Hello there. Once again, it's Santon from Antonio Bay. Thank you for stopping by the collection room today. Today I am looking at some Malibu comics, because this is post-purchase of Marvel. And in between, I've talked about how much I love Malibu comics and the Ultraverse, and then they got bought out by Marvel and basically murdered within the first year. And all of the books disappeared and everything like that. However, in between the titles, you got Prime Series 1, Volume 2, or Mantra Volume 1, Volume 2. You got a whole bunch of these odd Phoenix Resurrection Redshift, Phoenix Resurrection Genesis, Prelude, Ultra Force Avengers, just kind of these strange in-between books that I don't really know where they fall. I can't say as I've ever read them. I wasn't very happy with the purchase of Malibu being bought by Marvel, since yes, it is how I learned about Malibu mostly. And then I just kind of discovered the first issue of Nightman, and then I found, oh, Marvel's buying these, this is great. I went and searched out the entire back catalog of Malibu and Ultraverse, and then was really excited waiting for Marvel to do something with them, and then they didn't. So Marvel's handling of Ultraverse was definitely not my favorite move that Marvel did. That was right around the time after they bought this, I think it was shortly after that, they went bankrupt and got bought out by Disney and did a whole bunch of other stupid mistakes. But one of the things I always hated the most was that they killed the Ultraverse, which I was always a big fan of. And so we got, that's regular old Beast appearing in here. Redshift, Mantra, and I see Gateway. If you guys are familiar with Gateway from Marvel. Exiles. Okay, so these are, I have seen this panel before. This is the first panel from the first issue of her book, and this is the first page of Rune. So yeah, this is like a little assortment of the first few pages of a bunch of different comics to help kind of refamiliarize people with these, because I think a lot of the Marvel fans didn't recognize who these characters were. And even though they totally put Malibu on the cover of this, this is a Marvel comic book. There's not really any doubt about it. You've got all sorts of Marvel stuff being advertised. And if you remember the terrible, bizarre Gen X miniseries, movie, whatever it was, I tried watching this once or twice and I could not make it through the first couple episodes. It's just not that great. Sorry, Jubilee. Couldn't get into it. Speaking of which, epilogue, you find Jubilee. Huh. Talking with Gateway. Not that anybody talks with Gateway. And the only thing that really good that I came about this was I got to see Juggernaut in his own book with his own team when he ran with the Exiles, and I thought that was very nice. Other than that, not much good came out of Marvel buying Malibu. We got things like Siren, which was good. I forgot about Siren. We also got terrible things where we got like Spider Prime and stuff like that. And this looks like the same book. This is Redshift. Is this the exact same book? It has a different name. It seems to have different ads. And it's in different order. This was on the other page. That is weird. That was on the opposite page. Okay, well that's a bizarre turn of events. I guess people just didn't buy enough of the other one and they felt they needed to come out with this one. And they even gave it a different name. I mean, it's Phoenix Resurrection, but it's still Redshift. So that is weird. But I do tend to pick these up because I try to solve what happened, how the universes merged when they did. But it's still a mess in my brain. Like, I still don't get what happened. This is a fantastic cover, though. You got Gateway in the center of it all, mixing things up. Everybody in their best uniforms. That is a fantastic photo or drawing of Phoenix. Phoenix Force, which I don't know if she had anything to do with this. We got some core X-Men characters going on here. The stuff Jubilee was drawn in the sand suddenly makes sense. Nice shot of all your X-Men. You can tell the era by the uniforms that they're wearing, and also that Jubilee is wearing a Gen X uniform. And Bishop still has his long hair, so that's good. That's the best aspect of Bishop. And it looks like this is the book where the universes do seem to collide, which tells me these people were present. That's kind of interesting. Prime being his usual Prime self. That does not look like Rex Mundi. Oh, cool. We get a crossover. We're seeing a Death Dance book, Gun Nut, Meat Hook, and Gate. This is the remnants of the team from the Solution. Enemy. We got Enemy showing up. That's cool because we don't often see him. We got Prime thrashing the X-Men, which of course he's gonna do that because he's Prime and he can. Oh, he's got the Phoenix Force. Nothing could make Prime worse than giving him the Phoenix Force. Oh, it's Bone Claw Wolverine, the worst. Not sure what's going on here. Topaz, I always felt like we could use more Topaz in the regular Marvel Universe. We never get to see it. This is cool though, the X-Men really like getting throttled by Prime. That's impressive. They're gonna be surprised when they beat the crap out of him, finally defeat him and find out he's just a little kid inside. There's the Nightman, there's Mantra making her appearance. So this looks like a book, like way more interesting than the others. Like I want to read this now because I think this kind of really breaks it down and ties together where these universes collided and kind of merged and became one. I know the other books I should probably look into for that is Exiles, because I know Exiles was one of the books that really melded together pretty well what was happening. We got this Ultraverse Prelude, Countdown to Black September. I thought Black September had probably already taken place by this point. Let's see. Because we've got Topaz, got Black Knight, Prime, Contrary, and we've got some amazing complex pages going on here with art and everything. We got Hardcase, who I was always disturbed that like he never crossed over. He was not in the Marvel Universe. I don't know if he just died or I don't ever remember the fate of Hardcase. I just remember his book ended and I never did find out what happened. And it occurs to me now, why didn't I just Google what happened? I totally could have. But you know how it is. You want to read the comic. You want to find things out that way. Anyway. This looks like it would fill in a lot of backstory. Contrary hanging out with Loki. That makes sense. Even though she was the leader of the Ultra Force, yeah. She was not to be trusted. Tinsel. So I thought Tinsel was dead. Tinsel died in the last issue of Exiles. But of course, Ghoul can talk to the dead, so it makes sense. This, as interesting as it looks, it also looks like a headache. Like, to me, this looks like a headache. Like, I'm going to try and read this and figure out the timeline of what happened here. And as much as I love Malibu, I know that they were not the best at sorting through all of their timelines and making big crossover stories easy to read. Just look at the breakthrough stuff. And this one I threw in this pile because it looked a little interesting, but I'm not sure where it fits in. Origins. So this is just the Secret Origins. And this looks to be reprinted stuff from the original Origins that was originally in the first issues of the books. So there's the squad. Now it does look reanimated, like this is not the original animation. These are like retellings of all these original appearances, which that's pretty cool. Solitaire, Strangers. In case 2 years have gone by and you don't remember how these characters came about, let's put it all in a book so that you know. And even though that's interesting, I don't know that it's entirely necessary. Marvel never felt the need to do this every 2 years. DC doesn't do it every 2 years. I don't think you need to tell us how these characters came about every 2 years, or however. I think it's okay to figure it out kind of on our own. But I think it was an effort on their part to kind of straighten out what was sometimes very difficult continuity to follow. And so, yeah, that's probably why this is only 99 cents. This came out during the Jump On Now month, which was about issue 5 or 6 for most titles. And this was just a book that they put out, I guess, to get everybody caught up. So I don't know that it was necessary, but they did it. And the rest of it, as these universes blended together, is still a mystery to me, but I think I have a pretty good place to kind of figure out a lot of it. And that would be in the Phoenix Resurrection Genesis. I may have a few more Phoenix Resurrection books laying around. I'm not positive, but I also don't know, like, Redshift apparently meant no difference in the stories. So I don't know if it changed what happened, but I will look and I'll see what I can find out. Anyway, that's my story so far on this. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I love Malibu comics. I love the Ultraverse. I appreciate you guys watching. Anyway, catch you later. Bye.